Last week we saw about Sthula Shariram. Now this is Sukshma Shariram. It is called a subtle body. So what? Again, it has four components. First is what is the material out of which Sukshma Shariram is made. That is exactly similar to the Sthula Shariram, but subtle. Subtle space, subtle air, subtle fire, subtle water, subtle earth. It is a material body. It is material in nature. So what are the components of Sukshma Shariram? There are 19 components. That is gross body. Sthula Shariram is the gross body. That is Sthula Shariram, that is the physical body. But this Sukshma Shariram illama Sthula Shariram iyenga mudiyadhu. And Sthula Shariram illama Sukshma Shariram iyenga mudiyadhu. இப்போ நீங்க eyeball எடுத்தீங்கன்னா the eyeball is Sthula Shariram. The function behind the eyeball is Sukshma Shariram. That is the basic thing, and it comprises of 19 components. That is, we need instrument for transaction, and Sukshma Shariram is the instrument of transaction. That is, when we go into it, you will understand. First, we will see function, jnana, indrayani. That is 5 sense organs of knowledge. Like all transactions, they need to gather knowledge or information first. Only then they can transact. Like without knowledge gain, transaction. So these 5 organs are the main organs of the Sthula Shariram for us to gather knowledge and information. First, we take the eyes. Eyes, what does the eyes do? Eyes gather knowledge about the color and whatever we see, we gather knowledge from it. Ears, for sound, we hear whatever is happening around us. In form of sound, we gather knowledge. Nose, that is gather knowledge in all forms of smell. Then tongue, gather knowledge of all forms of taste. Then the skin, that is gathers the knowledge of varieties of touches. This is the first 5. And the next 5 is Pancha Karmendriyani, that is 5 sense organs of action. First is one where we have to receive input to give the output. So the receiving the stimuli and other is meant for output. One is, that is, without one, the other cannot function. That is, for us to do other things will not be possible. Like that, when you cannot hear, then to dance for a music or to give a conversation, which is not possible. For transaction, we need both input and the receiving the stimuli, and that is the other form of output. So without the other one cannot function. First is Vak Indriyam, that is speech. The Pani, that is the hand. The Pada, that is the organ of motion, legs. Then the Payu, organ of evacuation, that is removing the waste. Then the Upasthaha or Upastham, that is organ of reproduction. For example, you go for a tuition, coming back, there is a hotel nearby or a bakery nearby where you can smell the food smell coming to you. So naturally, what will you do? You will be attracted towards that smell and you will go and consume food there. Or you hear nice music, what will you do? You will dance. And you have a conversation, that is a pleasant conversation, and the conversation will be pleasant. If it is an unpleasant conversation, and with the hand, there is possibility of hitting also. So this way, this is the next 5 sense organs of action. Then the next is Pancha Prana, that is energy generating systems. We have energy generating systems in our body. That is the next 5 components. They are prana. First is respiratory, inhalation and exhalation. But only with that, our body, without a respiratory system, then naturally our body cannot function. So next is apana, that is evacuatory system. Function of evacuation is any form of waste removal. Any form of waste removal in our body is considered as energy generating system. Then dhyana, that is the circulatory system that supplies oxygen and nutrition to all parts of the body. Then that is samana, that is the digestive system converting food into nutrition. Udana, that is the reversing system. What is the reversing system? When you consume food that is not very good or that is not healthy, naturally you have a vomiting or anything that reverses the normal system in your body is Udana. And most probably the Udana is evident in your last stages of life, where your body starts rejecting everything that you consume or everything that goes into your body. The next, now we have seen the 15, the last four, that is Antakarnani, that is fourfold internal organs. First is Mana, mind, emotion faculty, and doubting faculty. That is the mind. With mind, we have emotions. We even doubt, not only for emotions, we also doubt. So with Mana, that is the mind, Buddhi, that is the intellect, rational faculty, that is judging faculty, discriminating faculty, the knowing faculty, the weighing faculty. With buddhi, with the intellect, we judge, we discriminate, we understand, we see other people is good or not. We everything is being judged and everything is done by buddhi. Then the chitta memory. This memory is a place where we receive information and record our experiences in the mind. And with this memory, even our Purva Janma memory is also stored in this. That's why when Sukshma Sariram, after our death, the Stula Sariram perishes and Sukshma Sariram travels as Jiva to next birth. So in that process, this Chittam plays a very big role in storing the memories. Then Ahamkara, that is the ego. We all have ego, and we compare ourselves to animals. None of the dogs will say, I'm Alsatian, I'm the best breed, or I'm a Pomeranian, or I'm a poodle, I'm the expensive breed. But we humans, we differentiate. And that is the main part of that plays the main part of in this ego. When you think yourself the ultimate and the best and the superior, naturally the ego comes in. This is the last four components of Sukshma Sariram. So totally 19 components of Sukshma Sariram together is the basic functions of the body.
Organ of evacuation சொல்லிட்டு பஞ்ச கர்மேந்திரியாவை யூஸ் பண்ணேன் திருப்பியும் சிஸ்டம்ல அது முடியும் organ of evacuation அப்பானா
அதாவது function of evacuation any form of that I also had. Because bio is organ of evacuation, that is removing waste. Even
one is action, one is like source of action. Like circulatory system is different. Circulatory system.
Organ.
Okay.
5 sense organs of knowledge, that gather knowledge, information. Eye, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. That is the basic 5 senses. Next is organs of action. That is speech, hand, organ of motion, organ of evacuation, and organ of reproduction. Then the next 5 is energy generating systems. Respiratory, evacuatory system, circulatory system, digestive system, and the reversing system. And the last 4 is mind, intellect, memory, and the ego. So totally 19 components are there in Sukshma Sariram. So then, functions of Sukshma Sariram. Either can be only input or it can be only output or both, like mouth. We eat, we talk. So it is both ways of input and output. So Sukshma Sariram, all forms of transaction are done by Sukshma Sariram with the help of these 19 instruments. The 19 instruments we just saw are the main transacting functions of our body. And Sthula Sariram, இந்த சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரமோட டிரான்சாக்ஷன் மூலியமா தான் இயங்குது. Then nature of Sukshma Sariram. Can anyone know what is the nature of Sukshma Sariram? Okay, Sukshma Sariram is subject to change. It keeps on changing about your karma and your memory, the amount, speech, everything. That keeps on changing. Sometimes improves or sometimes weakens. It improves when you spiritually get strong, it improves. When you spiritually weaken, it weakens. Subtle body continues to next Janma. Stula Shariram, gross body is destroyed. So subtle body continues to next Janma. Gross body decays, but Sukshma Shariram continues. Only during Pralayam, Sukshma Shariram is dismantled. That is only when there is destruction, Sukshma Shariram is dismantled. Otherwise, only during Pralayam, Sukshma Shariram is dismantled. That is only when Pralayam is destruction. That is the
End of the
end of the world.
Great.
The complete.
Okay.
So,
Brahmanda.
when Sukshma Shariram is dismantled and evident and it is recognizable only for oneself, not for others. Whereas Sthula Shariram, I can see you and you can see me. But Sukshma Shariram, only you can understand it and you can recognize it. அதாவது நீ உங்களோட சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரம் எனக்கு தெரியாது only you can understand and you can recognize the சூக்ஷ்ம சரீரம் inside you. Very good. காரண சரீரம்.
So if you are
Next week is that, but அது வந்து நான் புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன், நான் புரிய வைக்க ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். Hopefully it's excellent.
so we all have to understand why this is to be like, for example, Bhavani, you have gone to Bhavani. The river is formed there by 3 rivers. Do you know that? So one is the Kaveri, Bhavani, and Gupta Kaveri. So gross, subtle, in Sukshma, and Guptam is Karana Shabda, which is not seen, but it is there. And in Shastras, everything is like this 3. So like the trident of Shiva. 3. So Sharira Trayam, Avastha Trayam. So everything will be 3 if you see. It's called Triputi. 3 lokas. So why? Because basically we have 3 bodies. And that's why wherever there is 3 sangam of river, it's a very pavan sthala. Actually, Bhavani I visited, that's why I'm just correlating. It is the Kashi, South Kashi. And that's where you give the Tarpana, where you ask for mukti, not only from the gross Kaveri, but Bhavani is subtle, and the subtlest that is not seen, Gupta Kaveri. Another Triveni Sangam I went is near Ganga Triveni Sangam in Haridwar, where again 3 of the rivers with Gupta Ganga comes from below. You must have seen it. So these are all Pavan Sthala. Next time you be there, think about these 3 bodies. You have to give all the 3 to get liberated. So next. So what we have done since last 9 months, our baby also delivers in 9 months. So this is to reflect on what we have gone through. First, we have done Dhyana Shloka. That is the 9 verses, which today is going to be the last by Hemalata. Chapter, sorry, Lata. So chapter 1, 2, and chapter 16 we have done, and 17 we are doing. Vacha Govindam, if you remember, is 33 verses, 33 or 34 verses. Adi Shankaracharya. Seeing a Pandit reading at 80 and above, reading very difficult Sanskrit grammar, that is Panani grammar, trying to memorize it at the age of 80. And Manisha Panchakam, the Chandala is asked to go away, and then realizing Chandala is none other than Shiva himself. Then Tatvopada, today you are finding it is first time she is telling. I also told the same thing long back. So if we don't read, if we don't memorize, if we don't reflect on it, we will be again delivery will be prolonged. Today is 9 months, it will be 18 months, like elephant delivers at 18 months. Shark delivers 36 months. So what I am trying to emphasize is that we will go on doing this. There is a pattern which I will tell you why. So we have to read, we have to go back to the books, write notes. I know it is like going to school, like I'm sounding like a school master. But if you want to progress in this, if you want to climb the hill of that 700 verses, what I felt is my master also said the same thing. Sometimes people might take 30 years, sometimes they take only 3 years. So we did Manisha Panchakam, Tattva Sharira Trayam, she is telling. Panchakosha also we have finished. How this three, I want everyone to tell. Because each one should go and read. So next time, let her tell Karna Sharira, then someone else take the Panchakosha. Atma, we have done already. In second chapter, as well as Atma separately we did. Karma, what is your different karmas? And according to what is the Punya and Papa, we have done this. And Purushartha, why we have taken this life of human birth? Human birth, why? A lot of things we have done. Then Dhyana Shloka, again, we are doing to the last chapter 7th, 17th. Now, what next? What we have done, what we have to do now, which will qualify us as stage 1 of, like we all want some certificates. So, stage 1 of reading or having this understanding of spirituality, which we have to finish in 6th chapter, that is the first Shatakam. And we have to finish Katha Upanishad. We should actually finish entire Tattva. There are 14 chapters. 14 or 15 and question answer sessions. So all who have questions here, if you go and read them, it is all answered by Swami himself. And so eloquently is answered. Even a child, if he listens to this answers, so precise, so non-repetitive at all your questions will be answered. The question answer also should be there. The 4 sessions of 1 hour each. And this is mandatory as per Swami Paramartha. Only after completing this first stage of systematic studies, we go for next actually. But we have jumped. We have jumped as we have jumped Veda Purva. We don't know about how to take bath in the morning, how to do Tarpanam. At least I don't know. I know only after reading scriptures. And we have not done it, so we have to do at least Panchamahayagna, which I fumbled last time. So what, and this will be told in 17th chapter from 11th to 13th verse. I think next class or this class we will be doing it. From 11, 12, 13, Satvik, Rajasik and Tamasic Yajna has been prescribed. But let me explain what is Panchamahayagna again. So, 5 yajna, in which we know that Bali or this Bhuta Yajna, that we do, everyone is doing, giving some food to cow or animals, ants, insects, just giving some food. Atiti Yajna or guest, we do it. Or you can also say Manushya Yajna. If not Atiti, Manushya, any human beings we can, because we relate to the person. We may not relate to the ghost or we may not relate to the alien, but Manushya we definitely will help. Then Brahma Yajna, early morning getting up after the ablutions, you have to sit and study about 1 verse at least. That is called Brahma Yajna. Deva Yajna we are doing because we have so many rituals every Purnima or Amavasya. Today is Amavasya. So in our calendar, if you follow either sun or moon calendar, every 15 days there is a celebration actually. So somehow other Deva Yajna also we are doing. Pitru Yajna, easy yet very difficult because of so many knots. But Pitru Yajna we are all doing. We have to do. And these are the 5 yajnas which has to be done compulsory. Pitru Yajna, that is our ancestors and the father. Deva Yajna, which is rituals, which you are doing puja, your Ishta Devata, Krishna, Ganesh, or whatever. Pitru is no, Mata, Pita, and the ancestors, everyone. Then Manushya Yajna, Atiti Yajna, whoever is in need, human, our beings. Yes, hospital. And Bhuta Yajna means Bali Vesha. Bhuta means which are not human beings, but they are beings around you. And Brahma Yajna is reading scriptures. So 5, Brahma means all understanding of Brahmaji or creation. That is 5. Pancha means 5. Maha Yajna. Maha means big or immense or huge. Big.
Aditi Yajna,
Atithi. They don't consider only food or money or it can be
Any kind of hospitality service.
any, you can just sit beside and listen to something. That also is attitude. Okay, that's it from my side and yeah. So importance, as you know, if you do all this, you will, like she said, Sukshma Sharira cannot be, it can be changed. So you become from a, if you get up early, automatically a tamasic fellow will become a rajasic, means will active and sattvic. If you read scriptures, your mind will calm down, will be sattvic. So you are changing your karmas, you are changing your Sukshma Sharira. Brings families and relatives together. Definitely all that puja which we did yesterday or we'll do in coming whatever this festivity, it's basically to come closer, that bonding to happen. And most importantly, you come closer to the God, come closer to understanding God. That is the importance of this day. You should do it every day. What also? The importance of Panchamaya, 5 these things which we are doing.
Emma?
Consciousness is not a product or property of the body. Consciousness is an independent entity which creates and enlivens the body. This consciousness is not limited by the boundaries of the body and is thus formless. This consciousness continues even after the body is destroyed, is eternal. The surviving consciousness cannot interact with the world due to the lack of reflective medium.
Yes.
மெய்யுணர்வு என்பது உடலின் பாகமோ பொருளோ சொத்தோ அல்ல. மெய்யுணர்வு சுதந்திரமானது. உடல் அழிந்த பின்னும் நிலைத்தது. உருவமற்ற மெய்யுணர்வு உடலுக்கு அப்பாற்பட்டது. உடல் மறைந்த பின்பும் மெய்யுணர்வு நித்தியமானது. இந்த எஞ்சி இருக்கும் மெய்யுணர்வு உடம்பு இல்லாததால் உலகத்துடன் தொடர்பு கொள்ள முடியாது.
The last Dhyana slogan. You want to chant or chant together?
Together. Yeah, okay. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Vasuta. Either I'm chanting or
we chant together.
All the
what do you think? I'll start.
Yes.
Again. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta. Yam Brahma Stuvanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangha Padatramopaniஷதே Upanishade Vayanti Yam Samada Jnana Vastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginah Yasyantam na vidusura suragana Devaya tasmai namaha. This Dhyana Slokam is basically salutations to the Lord. They're talking about Vishnu, who is the greatest deity, and Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Rudra, Vayu, everybody praises the Vishnu through divine hymns, through prayers, through meditation, everything. And also the Sama Veda invoked through the Vedas with their, they're speaking about how Vishnu is the greatest God, and even people on earth, meditators and great jnanis worship Brahma. In spite of all the worship, even the Asuras and the Devas don't know about his greatness, his timelessness, and his magnificence. It's incomprehensible by even the Devas or the Asuras. So our God is not a small God. We're not worshipping anybody, less. The Papa is the greatest entity. That's the greatest God. So I prostrate to no ordinary God. Deities like Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Malki worship Lord Vishnu with hymns, sutras, and prayers. How they worship is by different methods, but the worship is the one. And on earth, those who chant the 4 Vedas, yogis, and meditators worship. Even though Bhagwan is described in the scriptures as a person, he is omnipresent and limitless. He is beyond the constraints of time and space. Even Asuras and Devas cannot comprehend the magnitude of his power and greatness. That's
Thank you.
This is also important.
No, last week.
Good.
Practice this.
Yeah, we can here practice so many.
This is last week we ended with this verse, Aarti's verse. It is talking about how a body is important. How a body is the body is a place where God resides, and we should respect our body. So that some kind of practices that we do in the temples, like Karal Pitarata or rolling in the floor or kneeling down and walking is not permitted, and that is not the right way of worshiping. So it's because we have to respect the body. It's like how we separate ghee from the milk, like that the God is inside us. So respect our body and respect our body and love our body. That is what her verse was talking about.
He's ready for the next 3 weeks.
No, she's come correct again. 17.7.
So,
Aharastvati sarvasya privido. Aharastvati sarvasya privido. Bhavati priyaha. Bhavati priyaha. Yastapastatha danam. Tesham vedam imam shru. Tesham vedam imam shru.
in this verse, food like by everyone is also free food. So also our yajna, austerity, and charity care about their division. Meaning ahara, first ahara is food, priya is liked by, sarvasya means everybody likes some food. Bhavati is also threefold. Tata yajna, so also yajna also three, tapa also three, danam also three. Shruno, yes sir, and you. Shruno is listen, hear. There is some Imam Vedam about their division. So naturally we have to understand as well. Guruji told, everything is threefold. Right. Trikarma Shuddhi, Tri-Shuddhi, there are a lot of things with three. Like that, every items, mainly 4 items, very relevant for a spiritual seeker. One is food, number 2 is yajna, number 3 is tapa, number 4 is dana. All the 4 has got 3. They may be sattvic or rajasic or tamasic. Food is also 3 types. Yajna also 3 types, sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. And tapa, that is also three types. Dhanam or charity is also 3 types.
Same
Food liked by everyone is also threefold. So also all these things are threefold.
So you remember that Krishna started with Arjuna asked the question in 7th chapter. Can you tell me the people who are not having the literature, scripture related, what happens to them? And Krishna told about their faith, how they are having the faith. First he told about worship. But suddenly from this he started food, ahara. And he also will explain tapa, yajna and dana. So just why I don't know, but I think this is required in today's world. So Krishna knew that Kali Yuga, people will forget what is dhanam, what is tapas, what is ahara also, food, how to take. Maybe that's why, and it is very relevant, even though no question was asked by Arjuna. Krishna himself is declared. Listen to me again. Thank you, sir.
So today also is 17.8.
One of the very important verses in this chapter, if you don't remember anything, Please remember R. Every day 3 times we take it. Minimum. So 8, 9, and 10.
आयुष्सत्त्वबलारोग्य सुखप्रीतिवर्धनः रस्या स्निग्धस्थिरा
It's like that.
सात्विकप्रिय So in this verse, those food which increase longevity, mental strength, physical strength, health, comfort and pleasure, which are delicious, not dry, nourishing, and pleasing are liked by Satvik people. So the verse 8, 9, 10, Lord Krishna will deal with Satvik, Rajasic and Tamasic food. We were already know about what is Satvik, Rajasic and Tamasic. Our Vedic tradition, our natural and day-to-day instinctive activities are elevated to the spiritual sadhanas. So here we discuss about few of the activities. The one of the most instinctive activity is what? The first is the most fundamental is breathing. So the breathing is when we born, the breathing will start and the breath end with our end of the life. So it is not only for human, but all living being. That is why we call as prani. So all living being is called as prani. So praniti iti prani. The glory of our scripture is they point out that you deliberately practice these instinctive operations. You deliberately practice in a regulated manner and with a proper attitude. Even the breathing can become spiritual sadhana. Krishna said. So in Vedic tradition, it is also called as pranayama. So breathe in, hold and out. So
That is called as box breathing. It is the number of counts you breathe in, number of counts you hold in, and number of counts you breathe out.
pranayama. The next instinctive activity is bathing. So bathing is here bathing is called as abhishekam because the God is in our body. So we are
Father God.
for the God. It is not only for human being, but also many animals can bath. It is also converted into yajna. It is abhishekam, the Lord who is seated inside us. That's why we wear chant while bathing. நம்ம ஊர்ல நிறைய எல்லாருமே ரெகுலரா நம்ம கல்ச்சர்ல வந்து சாமி பேர் சொல்லி so and also Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Kaveri, இந்த மாதிரி தண்ணியை வந்து நம்ம கடவுளா பாவிச்சு நம்ம குடிக்கிறோம். So அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. So next is the most natural activity is eating. So இது எல்லாருக்குமே நம்ம ரெகுலரா பண்றது. So eating is a pranagni hotram. So eating into a form of spiritual sadhana, if it is practiced deliberately with the proper attitude, aham vaisvanaro bhutva praninam deha masrita. Lord is in my stomach as Vaishnavanara, and whether I am eating is an offering to the Lord, then the eating is called pranagni hotram. So Lord is in my stomach as a Vaishvanara. So
It is Agni.
so that's why we have to eat as sattvic food. So for practice of eating food, that's the same.
Satvik இருக்காரு. குலோப் ஜாமுன்.
No, vegetarian foods are not called as sattvic foods. Okay,
I choose on the own slide. Sir, told about the 4 factors of food we eat. So one is source of food, second is quality of food, third is the quantity of food, and fourth is mode of eating. Source of food, where it comes and who cooks the food and what is the attitude who serve the food ரொம்ப எல்லாருமே important. யாரு cook பண்றாங்க, அவங்க எந்த attitude ஓட cook பண்றாங்க, plus எப்படி serve பண்றாங்கன்றது the source of food, the quality of food.
See, try to be what I'm telling again to everyone. Now, sir already got confused because it started from prana. Satvik food means what? So you, when the 8th verse is talking only about satvik food, you should start directly this, and you should give the finer points. Now you should ask question whether I am eating everyday satvik food. Am I preparing my food? Cancel there only. Am I giving this food to God? No. Is the source of food like fresh? No. So none of us are eating sattvic. So how to make it sattvic food? Very simple. Whenever you're eating, you have to pray to Lord. First offer to His feet, then eat. That's it. It becomes sattvic food. Now don't let let it take to non-veg food. Like people take bali, they keep it Lord's food and they eat. That is not sattvic. It is Shastra. I am not. It is all written. It is all. You read this. Yes. Yes. Yes.
The person who is taking spiritual insight and who wants to attain spiritually moksha,
So,
then naturally.
is there any doubt about this class, people, that you don't want to attend moksha? Is there any doubt in this class, anyone, that you don't want to attend moksha? If there is a doubt, then you please do whatever is accordingly. If there is no doubt, then we have to know. That's it, isn't it? Simple. So I also took long time, but then I think after reading 2-3 times to Swamiji, and Swamiji is very clear about it. So if you want to follow spiritual path, if you are ahara is the base for everything. Because every day 3 times you do the same thing. So it has to be really sattvic.
So knowing the other things they just then how can be
How do you eat unknowingly? You know that bakery item has egg. Don't eat it.
No, we do not know.
Eggless cakes are available.
Yeah, but see, eggless cake, what I'm saying, no, see, don't, it's up to you. It's not that I ate egg and I finished, now I cannot be moksha. Not possible. It is going to be difficult. Your Sukshma Sharira will have a lot of papam or some kind of inherited thing, right? And even if you know nowadays, PCOD, madam can tell, PCOD, my patients with gynecomastia, breast in males, all happens because they're eating non-vegetarian food which is full of steroids. They are full of steroids and steroids given to the chicken to get fatter. This discussion can go on, but I am trying to tell words.
Ultimately, we want to know source of food. Can you determine who? He says,
Sir, that's
Sir,
why
cooking
should be done by you. It's not possible.
we have to do our own.
to avoid outside food, and we should start consuming the food.
And, yeah.
That
Or if not
why
possible,
not
at least
comes up.
I took my food. So again, this discussion is for how I will liberate. If I compare with you or me, it's not possible. Your work is different, my work is different, her work is different, her karma is different, her prarabdha is different. So what we are trying to focus together, can we change? Can I change? That's it. If I am telling forcefully something, means I have done it or not.
Mode of eating.
Yeah, he will tell. Just read that.
Mode of eating,
Those are reading, those are children.
and this is quality of sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. Therefore, normal, regular vegetarian food comes under sattvic.
Yes.
Any food that is offered to the Lord will be sattvic in
Yes.
quality.
But don't take non-veg and offer to Lord and say, even if they are non-vegetarian, they will never offer to Lord. You check it. You check it in.
Sir, I have a contribution.
Please ask. This whole class can be only about.
No, sir, the thing is, there are few gods which they offer non-veg.
They are demigods. They are not.
demigods.
They are demigods. Please.
Sir, but this offering to God before we eat, I've seen some people, every day they put food for the throne before eating.
That is different.
No, I'm asking, what is offering to God? Some
Offering.
people put a little bit of food away on their own leaf or plate, they put one little bit
Yes.
aside.
Yes.
So
So
what is
basically,
offering mean?
The
Just
God,
mentally or
yes,
physically?
so mentally is the strongest. Japa, like japam, it will come. The best japa is mental. Then comes with hand that, and then if you chant, same way, offering to Lord mentally,
We give something for the
yes.
animals.
So
ஆனா,
that is the
offering-னா எல்லா mentally நான் இந்த food உங்களுக்கு
Yes.
பண்ணிக்கிறேன் mentally
there is one. There are two verses in fourth chapter.
அப்படியா
No, see, that is for example, now you are come to the class, you know, God is within me. You pray and eat. But if a child is there, to show him that I am putting this aside for God. That's how it starts. But one day that it aside it should be within us, that it is for me. And then there are two shlokas which will come. Maybe I will tell in the next class. Yes. So that is in, if I'm not wrong, 4.34 verse. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi, Brahmagno Brahmana Hutam, Brahmeva Tena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. So everything which is cooking in that vessel, the ladle which is used to cook, the things which are going in, the fire on which it is cooking, and the person is going to eat, everything is Brahma. Understood? So that's how the prayer starts, and then you eat. Or otherwise, Vaishvanaro Bhutva, 15.17 verse. So he says that I am within you, and the Pachami, this Chatur Agni, this Agni will digest all the four foods. There are basically four types of food. It will come, all will come. So what I am trying to say, pray and eat, yeah. But don't take it wrongly that non-veg you keep, pray and eat and become stretch. No.
because even Christians pray for the they have
They also have that habit of people, when they do sin, they'll come beside the father, they will tell the sin, and so that is not, so we don't follow that. Mixture is only good while eating, not to follow. Don't mix your religion. And if you can cook yourself. Because that's why when mother cooks for the child, you see the child growth is different. And if a maid is cooking, the child growth is different. He may be intelligent, very sharp, but hyperactive. And that all will surface only when it is required. I am very thankful my mother cooked. And whatever I am, maybe because of that only. I am telling openly, because what difficulty to cook for 3 times a meal for a family of 5. Very difficult. And we consider those who are not working, they don't do any work. Lot of work is involved in cooking 3 times a day meal. Same for my wife also. It's very difficult. So why it is because she is praying while cooking. No mother will tell, oh, today I have to have 50, 100 rupees. If I cook, I will get this money. That type of cooking is only happening in maids, isn't it? But I have seen maids also very nice. Not that I should, they are far better because they will pray more than anyone. So if that is there at your home, that is there at home, then you are blessed. Yeah, you are blessed. Then it is blessed, you are blessed. See, this is a very important topic. Let us discuss this, because I think if you don't discuss openly, if I don't tell you also, then we will have our own understanding. Oh, egg is okay, bakery item is okay, and puja we do, and we can do sin. That is only in Christianity. Sin, sinner, and father. It's not possible. If we want to change Sukshma Sharira, if you want to change the body of the mobile, but also the SIM card has to be thrown, then you do. Are we in the same page?
I have one more joke.
Yes.
If team of Dalol is sir, but no.
Actually, people.
Comes, sir,
Yeah.
comes, sir. My worst friend.
Oh, UK is there. No, but just to answer, anything which is fresh, anything which is offered, I think in the 16, sorry, 9 or 10th verse,
I was saying.
Amedhyam, all that. So anything which is prayed, even while cooking, after cooking, and before eating. So that is sattvic. And which is less handled. Look at
Yes.
fruit is taken and eaten. So yogis don't eat any cooked, generally they will only take handful of food, they eat. In this, how much to eat also is important. In Ayurveda, I don't know whether it is quantity, yeah.
அப்புறம் நம்ம ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி இதுல வச்சு ஃபுட் பண்றோம்
Not right.
அது is not good.
Absolutely tamasic. Sir, we are far better than European countries. They have a cupboard, not fridge, cupboard, 3 doors. Full of meat, full of yogurts, all for many years.
They
So,
have a cooked food label.
yes, labeled every day they will take out. But some people require to do because they are all working. We can't tell. But then they will get moksha next time. No problem. But here the question is, when will I get moksha? That's the question. Selfish. Be selfish in this. So yeah, quantity also.
That is the
Sir,
quantity.
one small doubt.
Yes. No, you can ask as many doubts in food.
See, what I'm saying is, all this is the gross body. We should go, I mean, food and clothes and what you talk, all this below the level, sir. We should transmit all that.
So all your bank balance, please transfer to me. It's all gross, no.
So what I'm saying.
See what I'm saying. You please transfer all your property to me. Are you gone beyond that?
Your food.
No, I'm not, but I'm saying.
So we are all talking as we are not gone beyond that understanding, or we are like we don't want to wear clothes. Are we not on that? So we have to follow the rules. That's why I let you complete that. See, that is very good to talk. It is not a preacher here. We want to become teacher. Teacher means he first puts that on him, follows it.
That is strictness.
Yeah, that's the only way scriptures are teaching. That's why we say Bharata. Those who learn and dwell in it, Bharata. That's why our country's name is Bharata, better than India or Hindustan. So we are supposed to learn and dwell in it. So we are still in the lower level. We are wearing clothes, we are eating 3 to 4 times. But what to do is been taught.
So can I say one thing?
Yes, please.
Food is for nourishment of the body. When it is maintained at that level, it is a necessity. Upward is sattvic. When it goes beyond, it goes into rajasic.
Yeah, that's
And
what.
moreover, the food you consume, sorry, you eat, consume, tells the character you are. Your rajasic, then the food you consume is also criticism, and your tamasic food you
And
consume is also.
What do you now understand by food or ahara? The food is word in English. What is ahara?
What goes in?
Yes. What goes in? Now we are only talking about the pancha. Just now we have pancha indriyani in the sthula shariram, so sukshma shariram. Pancha indriyani, we are only talking about one indriya. What about the other 5, 4? Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. When you eat food and you are watching a dishum movie, you are, even the food may be sattvic, cooked by sattvic personality, you are having tamasic. That's why you see children who are watching movie, TV and eating is becoming very dangerous. We don't know why they are not growing up well because of this. And nowadays, I have seen people showing camera this and then feeding. So we are supposed to not do it. Second, what about hearing? Someone shouting at you and feeding you? No. So that is also not right. Better not to eat. You wait, listen, and then eat. Touching, where are you sitting? You're sitting on a terrace or something, dirty place. So where you sit? So 5 indriyas, everything which you take in through it should be sattvic. So that's why there is a way to eat food. Sitting down, the food should be on that we call part. I don't know what you call the chowpat. 4-legged.
Mana.
So you put the plate above you, little above you, that respect. Then water on the right hand, some diya on the left, all that properly on a leaves, which is very soothing and good for the nature also. Then eat prepared food within 3 hours, less than 3 hours. Less than 3 hours.
One more. So being a vegan is the best. Is that it?
No,
Not vegan, following the Satvik food, which will come. This is only one. There are, if you know what is Rajasic and what happens if you take Rajasic and Tamasic also.
Yeah.
So what happens changes in your body. Then you have to find your way. One story I will tell, small story about eagle. It's called as bald eagle from America. You can read it also. This eagle lives same bald
Bald
eagle. So this story is true, and it happens even today. That the eagle is 80 years, 75 to 80 years it lives, just as our age. At the age of 35 or 40, it just goes on the topmost part of the mountain remote area. First thing it does it plucks all the feathers and then hits the beak on the rock, destroys the beak completely, and then waits till the beak grows and the feather grows back. Why he does that? Because an eagle without a good sight, without good feathers and good sharp beak, he can't hunt. He or she can't hunt. And 40 years is enough to wear and tear. Next 40 years, he has to live again. So he starts that way. We are all supposed to learn from the nature. My teacher and myself, I followed it. 33, I understood, okay, this food which I'm taking in is causing trouble to me, especially non-vegetarian food. I tell you that I was non-vegetarian. When I eat, it is tasting very many things which taste good here. On the other end, which is very bad. So, if you can be aware that what I'm taking in and is going to trouble me, it's already 40 years is enough to know what is troubling you. If you can follow that diet, you will be suffering. It will come, but you have to be aware of it. If you're not aware, then diabetes is there, hypertension is there, cholesterol, dyslipidemia, glaucoma, everything will come. 100% it will. Isn't it? We are doctors, we know it. And we will be confident to tell the patient.
So we got created so much of fishes, so much of goods, so much of chickens. We got created.
Sir, it is man created, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in Netflix, not to go very far. The Netflix, one movie I will share if you have Netflix. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jackie Chan, Steven Spielberg, all these names you can know. All these people have created a movie explaining that how the man created world in which they were overproducing meat and there was no buyer. So no buyer. So they made an industry that if you eat 1 gram protein, 1.5 gram protein, and they're huge, 150 kgs. So they fed them. Now the production was so much, so people started eating. Now demand is there, supply is there. No, even Americans are not eating so much meat. England, you can read the novel by Sir David Attenborough. He is 100 years old now, 98 something, still strong. He has become vegetarian.
One more. Now, keto diet, everybody is eating early morning egg, protein. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
The kids. So what do we do? Like they're promoting it literally.
So you follow what Bhagavad Gita says. I'm telling you 100% you will reverse your diabetes, you will reverse your pressure, you will reverse your own nature. Just like the eagle who sits there for 6 months.
I'm vegetarian, but the kids don't listen to me. They look at YouTube and they say, "Oh, mom, you have to eat this much protein." Very
No, I'm a vegetarian and now I'm not on a diet, but I was on a dietitian side. I was able to meet my protein requirements with
Without
vegetarian. I don't eat plants.
Yeah,
The same
no, but what
excuse,
they- there's so much of promotion
my wife
out
is pakka vegetarian. She has not, if you say egg for in front of her, she will say you have killed someone. That pakka. But I was giving the same excuse to my wife when I married. See, without protein, how can I live? Now it is myself I have seen in 13 years.
Should
Without protein, I am
there.
living.
I'm fine.
it changes.
But no doubt about it. She has refined me. She's polishing still now. It is going on. But what I'm saying is, I myself I was contradicting that we require protein. Nothing like that. We get protein in soya, in beans, milk. You have to eat more. And then you can see nature, elephants, giraffe, zebra, hippo, rhino, Yeah, I can name these animals. All are stronger than even tiger and lion. And most importantly, these animals who eat even non-veg, they eat only for food. They don't do marination of the food, then keep in the fridge for 12 hours, then fry it, and then eat it. We are all telling on the by protein per gram, but we're eating for the tongue. We means I'm telling those who are eating, I'm not saying. And you have seen, Dr. Sir also knows, when it is done tandoori, that blackish soothing Punjab has the most number of cancer rectum, carcinogenic. So all this, knowingly, if you are still following, then where our body will go? It will not go to moksha. So this was very important verse. 8th is important, 9th is much more important, 10th is even more important. So we'll stop at 8th. And you will have some doubts, please come back. I am okay to answer all the doubts.
The quantity of.
Yeah, quantity.
The quantity, so the first rule is eat one day when you are hungry. Food is not a sense pleasure, food is meant for removing hunger. A little bit hunger should be there.
Correct. So it is divided. It is divided into 4 parts, I think. Yeah, solid, liquid, and air. Three only. Solid, liquid, and air. So if you know after this food I am going to fill that food till here, you stop. Well before it. You keep that empty space for mixture. That food has to be mixed, churned. So stomach is expandable and it will churn also. If you don't give that space to churn, it will, you get retching. It happens. And as the age goes on, it will happen. Like herniation happens down, up also esophagus herniation happens. So if you try this, you will never fall sick. Even if you fall sick, you will immediately manage it without medicines. I'm sorry, medicines is our work, but that is the truth.
The key way people also said that 80% of stomach is good for longevity.
The treatment for obesity is now they cut the stomach. So what they're doing, they're reducing. If they're not stopping here, they're reducing down. Even if they don't stop there, then they are completely diverting the stomach directly to the rectum. Bypass. Means bypass. Whatever they're eating directly to dump. And they have to be lifelong on medicine. And the doctors getting richer day by day.
Finally, mode of eating. Mode or manner of eating, we will use appropriate manner. I do the puja sitting, therefore I am supposed to eat sitting and not running, not standing. At the time of eating, I am not supposed to do indulge in any other activities.
Try. I'm not saying it's possible from today. If we try 3 times in a day, we have, right? At least one time you try. One time you pray. One time sit quietly. Chew that food. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi. So you tell that this food nourishes me. I'm not eating, I'm nourishing myself. Let this anna become my prana. So if you can do this prayers, 100% will succeed. People are, I'm not joking, I'm not praising myself. People say you are very energetic. So where is this energy? I got today also 4 o'clock. I've driven from there. I think 7-8 hours we operated. It is only because of being Satvik, I'm telling you. Now I'll go back. If I'm hungry, I'll cook whatever little bit, eat. My wife has given the food. Fridge I'm also using, not that. But whatever I can do for my benefit, I'm doing. In Japan, I'm telling you, sir, it was easy. People are spending 3,000 yen per day. Just those who are conscious about diet as well as I'm conscious of finance. 3,000 yen per day. They are falling sick. They're eating anything anywhere. I was spending 300 yen per day. And I had never fall sick and I was feeding to everyone. So we can change ourselves, right? And environment will change. So there is no time which is late. We are all that bald eagles. We want to live the next half of our life strongly. Sir is today already got 100 years. So he has enough time to live and we can change. We all can change. And the change will be seen by our spouse first. And then it will spread like wildfire. I'm sure about it. And about children, no one can teach children. Action can teach children. They are our mirrors. Okay, I think we stop. Thank you.
Every time we are cooking fresh with that. But in the fridge, they usually put batter.
Batter has to be put, sir. Sir, I think
Cooking is different.
if we have to keep, sir. Like milk, sir. Milk we have to keep in fridge.
The
But butter. See, some things is I think. See, there is something called suna. Some mistakes which happens without our knowing. Like we clean the floor, so many insects are dying. That old times they will do this. When the light is also gone, the light is dim. How many things insects are going? Right? When we talk, so many microorganisms are getting dead or inhaling. So Swamiji says it is called sunaha, suna. That's why tarpanam, that's why prayers. And that's why every day. And that's why also praying to that food. And be hungry. If you are not hungry and eating, you will get retching, you will get bloating, all problems.
So shall I add one thing?
Please add.
Because my sister-in-law and my sister-in-law's husband, they are consuming only Satvik food. They don't have a fridge in the house. So every day they grind the batter, they leave it to farm. Sister-in-law, my husband's sister-in-law. Every day மாவு அரைப்பாங்க அடுத்த நாள் கன்சியூம் பண்ணுவாங்க அவ்வளவுதான் மாவு அரைச்சுப்பாங்க கன்சியூம் பண்ணுவாங்க ஃப்ரிட்ஜ் கிடையாது ஸோ நம்ம எப்படி சாப்பிட் ஃபுட்னு சொல்றோமோ அதுதான் அவங்க கன்சியூம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க ஸோ 3 years அவங்க அதுதான் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
All models, all star players like this, what is the latest Kohli, just see what is their food. You just see what is all available on internet. Even Kohli has given interview with her wife Anushka Sharma. They became vegetarian. So what grinding, no, wet cold press. So all that thing they are doing which were followed by scriptures or told by scriptures. Now they're healthy. So all these models who look very beautiful, they are not because of the cream. Internally, they have applied things. And even in science, 99% of skin diseases are because of the intestine. Only 1% is because of allergy or some external causes. But if anyone has skin diseases as per, you should first look into what you have eaten. Even the doctor will ask, what did you eat? Whether you are exposed to some food like that, allergy, isn't it? So if you are healthy internally, externally also you'll be looking bright and good. Okay. So today it's a big, you have to think about it. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnam Purnam Purnamidate Purnasya Purnamaya Purnameva Purnamidate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti should come every day, every night.